think. But hi everybody, welcome back. It's today is Monday and it's raining somewhere between ice and rain and snow, and we are in the middle of April. So that's what we have today. Not don't let your dog out kind of weather, but I still wanted to come out and talk with you about something very, very important. I hope that it would be helpful to you. Please let me know later on in the comments. This video, I'm going to share with you some things that you need to understand about expats, so-called, Ukrainian immigrants who live in the United States. And if you have friends, maybe family members, somebody you know, basically what not to do, right? And some a little few things about emotional intelligence and why the war is in Ukraine is not a great, casual conversation. Why gonna go to a normal color, guys, it's too crazy. Why the war in Ukraine is not a great small talk topic. This video really comes from my heart and from my experience as well as many others. So my goal is to help you to understand the other side and how to be able to make connections with people in a positive way rather than just hurt them more since they're already hurting in this situation. And nothing worse when you do have good intentions but they do not appear so, when you make things worse. Hi everyone, good to see you guys. I'm so glad you were able to join. Hi Elizabeth, hi Bill, John, hello, good to see you everyone. And everyone who will watch, I have been thinking about doing a live video for like last 5 days, but a lot of you guys reached out to me. There is something going on right now. You just don't have any emotional energy with everything that's going on. It's been so toxic, and that's what I will start with. First of all, a lot of you guys know that people who live in Ukraine, or I mean people who are currently in the United States, people from Ukraine, a lot of them know have relatives, still have family in Ukraine. But even if they don't, it's still a very painful, it's a bleeding wound for us. I know that everybody's have concern about this. Everybody it's everywhere, so a lot of people do care about it. But of course, we need to understand that when it's literally hits home for you, it affects you at a different level. It's understandable if you want to understand it. Just imagine your own home, your own family, and how would you feel? Would you want to be casually would you want to be casually asked, hey, how is your family? When your family is literally every moment in a situation of danger, in a situation of the war. Like, this is not something that you just want to casually ha 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 laugh and talk about. This is not a light conversation. And yesterday it was Easter. I really wanted to go live for sometime this weekend, but I just just something to understand. Number one, during the holidays, that's the most vulnerable part. When something is wrong with your family, with your immediate family or with your extended family, with your relatives, with your close people, you don't feel excited. You don't feel uplifted. You don't feel enlightened for the holidays. Even if you have, and I hope that everybody do have some happy moments, and it's not the same. It cannot be the same when your native country, your motherland, is on fire, and you have your family and friends, many of them there. You're not, even if you smile on the outside, even if you go out and do some family or holiday shopping, it doesn't mean that you are not hurting, or somebody that you want to talk to that they're not hurting. So I'm starting to dislike strongly going anywhere public, where just people know you because you come there often. It's just when people who are with Ukrainian descent who live in the United States or any other countries, when they go out, when they go to the stores or they go out to do something, they are going out to not think about it. They are going out to switch their brain. It takes a lot of effort to even get up in the morning and put your clothes on and brush your hair and or even dress nice, which takes extreme kind of courage to just to do regular everyday things. So when you come out to semi-socializing places, you want to get your mind over it. And I'm starting to strongly dislike it. A lot of people know where you're from, and so when you go to stores, you usually go, or you go to your gym, or you go anywhere else, people approach you and they ask you very casually, hey, how's your family, how I was just wondering what's your opinion. It's like, I'm not a radio. Listen to the radio and make your own opinion. And I know it sounds a little bit off, but imagine how many what the expats are going through, like one of the worst feelings, because you feel like you cannot save or protect your family. It's like the worst feeling in the world. Even if you do a lot, even if you stay in touch with them, even if you plan escape, it's like it's also shocking. It's like a bleeding wound. Everything also depends on your relationship with a person. Of course, if you have friendship, if you have strong sense of connection or trust, and the person is open for you, yes, they want to talk about it, yes, it is a good time, yes, let's go out, yes, let's hug. It's a natural thing that we want to be close to people. We want to be, if you have a family in US, and as an expat, you feel closer, you want to have a lot more physical contact. You want to spend more family time with no phones, with just out in the nature doing things, right? You just trying you trying to do a lot of things. And sometimes when you do have friends that you feel close to, you have to really, it's really important to look how open the person is to talk to you. If somebody does not avoiding you, it's their right to avoid you. They might not feel that close to you, and that's why they do not pick up their phone, or they're not responding your messages. It doesn't mean that they have something against you. It just, in this very vulnerable time, they want to be left alone. They just want to be left alone. They want to save their energy. It's unbelievable how taxing this situation is. Like, I've never felt such a huge emotional drain from this, even though I'm not in Ukraine. For those who watching my channel and maybe new, I don't know, I am originally from Ukraine, but I've been living in US for a long time now. So it's different. I cannot imagine how that is to be over there. I cannot imagine. I empathize, and my heart is bleeding, but I have not been there, during this war. I can feel it. But I can never claim that I know how it is, because I'm not there. Same as you in this situation, you will never feel or truly understand how it feels for the person who is an expat, when they think about their family, maybe their mothers, their fathers, their nephews, brothers, sisters, whoever is in there. Like, you can imagine it to an extent, but you can never really 100% relate to it, because you are not in that particular situation. But using common sense, you can kind of understand how they feel. And I'm making this video. I know a lot of you guys, you're reaching out to people, you're trying to help. Don't just, when you run into people from Ukrainian community, don't just like casually ask these things. It really hurts. You literally feel like somebody is scraping your heart with a scraper. We are already, the first time when the war had started, I could recognize our expats in the store, or some public places, even if I don't know them, and not because they look somehow different, because they were all with red eyes and tears dripping. I could see our people, even though I live in an area that, you know, we don't have that many foreigners or expats here. But you know, when I go out and I drive different towns, I just only see their face, and already know what's going on, just because, you know, we can kind of feel this kind of thing. So I'm gonna share a few more things, but I want to welcome you guys. Thank you. Hey John Franciotti, welcome. Thank you so much for your support. Иван, привет, если ты еще тут. Приветик. Не вопрос. Мы должны друг другу помогать и поддерживать, поэтому все окей. Welcome. Hi, Tucker. Yeah, well, news is a whole different thing. Hey, Don. I don't necessarily watch news, you just watch some updates, you know, and it's really, you know, updates hits you differently when you have your family there. I think it's pretty understandable, you know. This morning I woke up to hear about airstrikes in missiles in Lviv, where, you know, so many people are in Lviv, and, you know, including my family as well, you know, in that area. So how that feels, you know, how do you start your morning with this? So it's a very painful subject, and I just want you to understand, in regard to this subject and some other subjects, you know, some other sensitive things for people. I'm always amazed how people would ask you the most painful thing. You know, we have this saying in Ukraine, true friend will never ask you a unnecessary question, you know, the question that will hit you right in your heart, you know, like an arrow. Hi Michael Avalos, good to see you. I sent you a response today. I need a few days to see what I can recommend you. I think it was you, right? And thank you so much for becoming my channel member. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate your support, guys. It really means a lot now more than ever. So thank you so much. Thank you for supporting the channel. For those who don't know, it's just a subscription button. It just means that you enjoy the content, and you a channel member, and basically like you subscribe to be here, to not to just to be here, but you know, I see your comments better, and kind of like you're part of the gang. You are part of the group. So thank you so much, Michael. Oh yes, thank you, Michael. Oh, thank you, Bill. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for sharing, Veronica. We have beverage on us. Awesome. I need some hot tea and something else. It's like this day today really shows how we feel, you know. It's just pretty gray and gloomy, and we could use a little bit of coziness and positivity. But you know, I cannot just be you know, telling you and sugarcoat everything just so I liked by everybody. You know, I feel that if I would be trying to find 10 different ways how to tell you, how to be, you know, very delicate about it, you know, it just ruins the purpose. My goal is to actually give you an idea to understand what hurts. I will give you I give a lot of personal examples, so I'm going to give a personal example today again. So the other day I was you know, at the gym, and and I knew that, you know, this intuition is ringing in me, and I knew that. And I just knew that as soon as my foot steps in the door, I'm gonna be surrounded, you know, with questions. What do I think? It's like, And you want to go somewhere. Once again, you want to take your thoughts out of it. It's really hard to do something, but working out helps, being around people also helps, but you don't want people, once again, to get right into your heart. So as soon as I walk, as soon as I put my foot on the floor, I have people lining up to ask me and what I think and what's going on and how. It's just like, I didn't make an appointment in the session. I just want to go. I just wanted to have my time off. So just consider that it is not some kind of light-hearted conversation that you can have with people, because it's an ongoing bleeding wound. And we are trying, the thing is, for all the expats here, we are trying to hold ourselves together, and because people live in their lives, they are concerned about Ukraine, but they just going about their day. For us, like, every step sometimes feels like you're stepping on knives. It's hard. It's really hard. And I'm saying this because I talk to some of my best friends. They live in a bigger community a bit away from me, but some of them, like the most upbeat people, the most active, and even they are in this situation because it's a just normal empathetic response. So you just should consider to respect people's privacy and see when it's appropriate to ask and when it's not. It really deeply depends on your relationship. I'm gonna continue finishing my story. So yeah, as soon as I went to put my door in the gym, or put my door in the gym, gosh, put my foot in the gym, was surrounded by people who wanted to know things. Okay, then that was over. Then you want to go. We have like some swimming pool and hot tub. You just want to. You really, it's actually a really good thing to work these emotions out of your body because they really hurt. They physically hurt you. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna relax in a hot tub right now. 3 seconds later, same thing. And it's people who know you and people who don't know, because they hear your accent and it's just it's like, I don't even know what to say. And I'm saying this, for me, I'll live with it, but I want to share with you so you don't make these mistakes and you understand that there are some very painful subjects that you need to have either permission or you need to feel that level of connection, and how appropriate is to talk about this in this particular circumstance, right? If somebody came to relax and forget about their pain for 5 minutes, or not forget, but switch their mind, or do something, they don't need to be reminded. People like to have those couch conversations, uh couch conversations. Well, just like casual conversations. For us, it's never casual conversations. For us, once again, it's a very deep bleeding wound, and it's really, really, really unbearable at times. I wish emotional intelligence would be taught in school. I really do. So people would understand, like, what's appropriate to ask, how to ask, and when. And I've also noticed that sometimes the best support is when you are with those people you trust, you have connection with. You just maybe being silly together, or you laugh together, or you flirt, or talking about something completely unrelated, because in this moment your thoughts, you are resting a little bit mentally from everything you're going through. All right. So it's just, we all can work on a better understanding of others, and on picking up social cues, and on our emotional intelligence. But when you don't even have that intentions, when you do not care of improving your relationship with people, it probably wouldn't just come to you. But I'm just, I just want to tell you that, not just from my personal experience, but it was after I talked to, because it was a holiday yesterday, after I talked to couple of people that I know, they told me the same thing, that it is very it's unbearable at times, you know, and they just they kind of were on the same page, you know, that you want some distance. You know, everyone is different. Some people do like companies, but it should be their initiative too, you know. When you force yourself into conversation, when you break those, you know, personal borders, boundaries, I don't know, it's like it is so uncomfortable. I'm gonna say this, I literally had to say I really do not want to talk about it, you know. I literally had to say something in the lines is, you know, yes, I'm from Ukraine, and no, I do not want to discuss this right now. I want to say something else, but respect to people who are older than me, and in a public place, I'm trying to control my temper, which is not always easy, in trying to not be, you know, rude or offensive. But I literally had to let the person know that no, and you know, people who are in this situation, Ukrainian expats, pretty much feel the same way, unless, you know, unless they are reaching out to you, or, you know, you are in a close relationship with them and they want to talk to you, and it's like you just have to get the feel for it, how to do it the correct way, how to support somebody. It is not always that easy to understand. Just even sharing about this helps the best of me. But, you know, we are all human beings, we all have our shortcomings, and you know, trust and connection grows over time, you know. Yes, I would say this, it is wonderful when you can talk to somebody and you can hug them, and you can, you know, you can cry on their shoulder and they can cry with you, and you can share the details and things you're going through, but you have to be invited for the conversation. It has to come from both sides. You can't force yourself, and you can't speed up the connection or trust. And if you don't have it, and you see that the person does not respond to you, it means that they are saving their energy. They may be on their last straw, you know, like a friend of mine that I was talking to. She is like the most we will call her Katya. She's like the most social person that I've ever met, and she told me how difficult it is for her right now to maintain the social connections because of that, you know. So it is wonderful to have that at the right time with the right person. So as the opposite, you know, to go out sometimes and have fun and laugh, maybe plan a travel, like, depends on the situation and with the person, that it has to be mutual. It cannot be from one side, you know, it cannot be one-sided. If you don't get a response, by all means, leave the person alone. Let them come to you. You can offer your help, and let them come to you once they feel better. Now, when you are just reaching out to somebody you know, with a hug, you know, that's different. You can almost reach out to anybody and say, you know, I'm thinking about you, you know, I would like to do such and such for you, or I would love to talk to you, please let me know. And the person either will let you know, or they won't. And if you leave a message that does not necessarily require a response, you just want to tell them your warm, kind thoughts, you just want to kind of give them, if they're somewhere far away, like not in a physical reach, and they just want to tell you, if you just want to say, you know, how much you're thinking about them, you're supporting them, if you want to really share your feelings and support them, that is different. Just don't expect that they will spend half a day texting with you, or they will go. You really have to use that intelligence that I believe you have, but not listening to. You know, it's always important to show the human side, and to try to connect to people, and to do your best, but uh, it's just as important as leaving people alone and be uninvited trying to like get into their personal, into their intimate space. That's like the worst, especially for the people who are introverted. You know, it's, you feel like you truly invading their space. So I will let you judge the situation, you know, whatever you are dealing with, but I just want you to know that you know, good intentions sometimes, you know, where good intention lead, right? Where good intention can lead. So you can show your empathy, you can show that you care, you can show your support, you can do, you can do actually something to support, you know, the people, you know, but do not overstep the boundaries and, you know, hit them right into their most painful, most vulnerable spot, you know. That's why personally, you know, I am against, that's a whole another video, but I'm against of oversharing of very personal things, even with very close friends at times, because it's just people's nature. When they know your weakest, your most vulnerable spots, it may be a bad day, it may be a moment that they're not your friend anymore, you know, they're gonna shoot right in that spot, you know, they're gonna say those things that they're gonna aim right at your most vulnerable place, you know. And that's why I was thinking about this, and I thought that oversharing of very intimate things, it could be a burden for the other person to listen, but you also, you becoming a walking target, you becoming extremely vulnerable. This is for your psychiatrist, you know, for your relationship coach, and maybe for like a very good friend that you trust with your heart. Yes, it cannot be more than maybe 3 people, you know, even then, not all the time, only sometimes, you know, because I think it's those are very intimate things. And why I actually brought this example is because it's pretty much same experience as when you know somebody who has, you know, family, for example, you know, in Ukraine, that's in this situation, and you just ask them casually all the time. It's just like, it's triggering that very vulnerable place, you know, especially if they, you know, especially if they're not, you understand, if you're like cashier at the store, you're maybe working at the post office, maybe you're like far away neighbor. It's different when your family, you know, when you close people ask you, it's completely different. So don't mix the two, but just understand that you don't have to always hit the most vulnerable part in a person and think that they will take it as care, you know. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I hope I'm not recycling my thoughts 200 times, but I just trying to kind of like share like every aspect of it, or like just really go into details so you guys can understand what I mean. Thank you so much, Michael. Thank you so much for supporting my live stream. Thank you for the super chat. And Michael says, always love your passion. Thank you for sharing with us. Well, you're very welcome. Thank you so much for joining. And thank you for the kind words and your support. You know, I understand not everybody not everybody is in this kind of thing. So sometimes when I talk, I wonder if like people even interested to hear about it, but I hope that they do. Because, you know, relationships with people is, you know, one of those most important things we have in our lives. Hi, Andrei. Привет, Андрей, welcome. Да, я из Украины тоже. Как дела? Думаю, наверное, не очень. Jay Tucker says, we understand you. I know I do. Awesome. But, I'm not making this video so listen to my feelings and understand me. I'm making this video so you guys can relate. And I know a lot of you are now maybe more than ever involved with Ukrainian communities. Maybe you're helping with something, maybe you're donating, maybe just supporting your friends. And I just want to remind you that yes, there are times to talk about it and there are times to let go and not talk about it, and I'm telling you, like, I almost felt like I want to change my gym and I want to change the places I go, because I don't know, it just really, you feel you want to get away from it and you go, and that's exactly what happens. And I have really high, like, really strong intuition, so I feel it in my stomach and in my chest, and I already start to have an anxiety, those pokes of anxiety because of that. But in this case, for if any expats are listening to me, you just tell them, I really don't want to talk about it. Leave me alone, right? Especially that moment in the hot tub, I'm like, I'm literally like with almost no clothes on in the hot water. Can you please leave me alone? Oh, have a great day, Michael. Thanks so much for stopping by. Yes, слава Україні. Дякую, Андрій. Я стараюсь уже давно. Я стараюсь. Спасибо, Андрій. Дуже дякую. Yeah. Yes, Elizabeth, that could be a good thing, but at the same time, I don't like being rude for no reason. I'm just, you're just trying to protect your space. That's it. I don't like, attacking somebody or hurting somebody. You just, it's like, imagine you have some ongoing that's bothering you. It's like you can only discuss it with people that you feel like discussing it with. And it's like, the world of an expat in US right now, it's like you're walking on the same ground with everybody else, but you're walking in your own universe more than ever, because you are physically here, but a lot of times, your mind, your thoughts, they're there. And you have great moments when you enjoy something. I'm learning that it's important, to enjoy things, to laugh, to get dressed, to go do something. But it's an ongoing thing, and it's, some of our worst predictions are coming true. And it's just, people just think, okay, what to go to eat, what to go to do. They don't have that heaviness of, of the bleeding wound and of heavy thoughts. And so you are walking like you feel maybe really isolated in a way, because you are in this world. I don't know how to explain this. You literally, I woke up on Easter on Sunday, and I literally, when I opened my eyes and, just start to, I love, holidays and all, but I literally could feel the tears of earth. I could literally I feel like we are, in some ways, we are all one organism, so to speak. We are all one breathing organism. And when it hurts on one side, the other side can feel it. And I don't know what it is, like, but I could just really feel the, the, as if, planet, and planet is alive, right. I could feel like, the wound, the, like, I can't explain it. You just feel the tears of the motherland. You feel them, you just feel them. And so, and I think it's really worse. It's really worse on the holidays because holiday time, it's family time, right? um Family and close friends time, right? And when something is wrong, it really, really hurts, especially during that time, you know? I have never been a Ukrainian nationalist, and you have to understand the idea of Ukraine right now and the spirit. It's not just people who are ethnically Ukrainian, because I'm barely ethnically Ukrainian. I'm, I'm part Jewish, part Russian, and a few other things, as a half of Ukraine is. But we become more united than we have ever been, because it's literally, you feel that somebody is destroying, why do they say motherland? Because it's the earth that birthed you, you were born there, that earth, created you, you were raised there. And you literally feel that somebody, is abusing your mother in the rudest, in the most brutal way. That's how you feel, because it's your mother. And I once again, I have never been very, nationalistic at all, but right now it's about the, spirit of our people and their right to freedom and protecting our motherland, the land that birthed you, raised you, and so on and so forth. And it literally feels like it's your mother. I don't know how to explain this, but you literally feel that somebody is doing this to your most, like most special, most loving person in your life, or it's not a person, but this whole thing, so oh, I really have hard times finding words, because it's just, I really don't want to get too emotional. I don't think it's the best way to lead the life shows, but when you numb your emotions, it's not you. When you numb in your emotions, you can't feel anything, and it defeats the purpose. So forgive me for being so, I'm trying to deal with this not on the camera, but sometimes it just happens. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Guys, special thank you for your help, for your donations. I'm working on that. We are on our second campaign, and I'm gonna be working on my next video. I just want you to see we are helping people every single day. So every dollar that you donate really, really gives people home. Hope, and their very, very basic necessities are getting covered. So thank you so much for those of you who are here. John, special thank you to you for your extreme generosity. John Hacker and John Francioti, both of you guys, thank you so much. I hope there's gonna be no third campaign. Elizabeth, I wish I would have your confidence on that. Somebody says, Donald, I don't know why you can't do a super chat. You can ask some of my moderator guys if you have any issues, but don't worry about it. Actually, some people ask me to put a Cash App. Let's see, Bill, could you please put my Cash App? And thank you guys so much for being here and listening to this. I probably should make like a short video with just like saying 5 things not to do to support 5 things not to do to support the Ukrainian. Maybe I should start doing the short format, but I'm a storyteller, I guess. And thank you for sticking with me. Oi, sticking with me for so long. Oh, I just got a cash app. David, thank you so much for your cash app. And he says I'm having a bit of an issue. Oh no, he says I don't have an issue with the super chat, but I prefer cash app. Well, I don't care what you prefer. I care about your support. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, Terry. Welcome. Good to see you, darling. Greetings tonight. You all from Washington. Yes, beautiful place. I would love to see it. I was there briefly in 2020. It's a gorgeous state. Thank you, Terry, so much for stopping by. I hope you are enjoying your fur. Maybe we can connect via Etsy. I just want to know if you really enjoying it. I really hope so. Thank you for being such an amazing supporter, and thank you for extra donations, Terry. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Maybe in a week or two I will have another video, with people and their little testimonials and them getting things and so on and so forth. And some people will just help with money because they just need to get their own thing, but a lot of people get food and medicine delivered to them. So thank you so much. You have such a kind heart. Thank you. Thank you, Donald. Donald, you can reach out to me to my Consult Veronica email. I'll post it below, or to my Instagram. I do offer consultations, but they're not free. So if you want to talk to me in person about certain things, so you can request. I don't have a lot of spots or a lot of time available for this, but if you really want to, you can contact me. Just I'm warning you that I don't have a possibility, and I don't just when people want to talk with me about these topics, it's part of what I do. So that's part of the service I offer. But if you want to ask me something on the chat, you can do it. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Terry. I'm so happy. Awesome. Enjoy. It is a beautiful, beautiful code. I could not believe that I had it for a while. Some people that wanted it did not have it in the right size over there, but it is so unique. I love it. I'm so happy that you're going to have it. It's such a beautiful, unique piece. So thank you and enjoy. Thank you, Donald. He says, I love your perspective on Ukrainian women. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Tucker. I really appreciate this, Tucker, saying I love this kind of stuff. It's my first time live, I guess, coming in here, and you helped me out a lot, just knowing I'm not the only one going through it. Okay. All right. Not sure exactly, do you mean about this current situation I'm talking about? But regardless, thank you. I'm good to know, because sometimes I'm talking, I'm thinking, do people really want to like know these things, or they like just things that she's talking about some kumbaya stuff that we don't need to know. So, and I know I could probably do better with making much shorter videos and much more structured videos. And I'm considering start doing this, because I know not everybody have, 1 hour or 2 hours to listen. And sometimes when you go from one story to another, people, some people very logical and very mathematical. So they like 5-minute video with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And some people love to have a conversation, and they, like to go in back and forth and so on and so forth. But I also want to tell you guys that I'm going to continue also talking with you on different topics, so we also have our time off. as I mentioned in this video, sometimes even you have a good friend, one of the best way to support them during this war, I mean this tragedy that's going on in Ukraine, is to have a laughter, you know, to have some fun times, is to go out and specifically not talk about it, and you know, and look at the nature and look at the sunshine, and look at some things beautiful, even if it's a excuse me, even if it's a short time, you know, even if it's a, you know, hour or two, but just to get away and laugh. I've been doing that a lot, actually. I have to say that, you know, some of you writing here concerns, you know, I think every grown person needs to know how to manage their emotional state, their emotional world, their energy, their state of being overall. So I think, you know, I believe it's our own responsibility to get yourself feeling better, to, you know, cry when you need to cry. It doesn't have to be a show for people. You can let your emotions out so they don't bother anyone, and you can find ways that recharge you. You can there are so many things that you can do to put yourself in a better state, you know, such as, you know, once again, having some activities with other people, I don't know, writing, reading, working out. It's our, as grown people, it's our responsibility how to uplift ourselves. So by no means I'm trying in this video to say that, oh, this is your fault that this person is feeling down, or I'm just trying to bring awareness and remind you that sometimes things that we think are helpful, they're not helpful at all. But even, you know, people in the midst of this tragedy, in the midst of war, they are looking for things to do. You know, they are looking for alternative, or they are looking for some spots for some place for joy and laughter. You know, I'm in consistent contact with people from Kharkov, from people, you know, family and friends, and you know, they are also trying to uplift themselves during this time. So it's a combination, you know, it's a combination of things. Oh, I'm trying to breathe. Just got, okay, I see it. Yeah, okay, sorry guys, I got some notification for something else. Thank you, Donald. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. Okay, Jay Tucker, are you an expat too? And you just writing in English, or maybe you have some different situation? But Jay Tucker says, yes, I'm talking about the same thing, because you're going through a lot right now with your family and people, and the way people are treating you. I'm going through the same thing. I wouldn't say that, you know, people are treating me in some bad way. I'm just saying that people are very sometimes inconsiderate, you know, like, you know, I have the whole video talking about this. People don't understand the boundaries and how appropriate or not appropriate something is. So, hey, David ONG, good to see you. I'm glad you're also here at the on my channel. That you signed for my channel as well, I guess. Thank you so much, David. Thank you so much for your support. You are such a kind-hearted person. I don't even, like, I've never talked to you before, but thank you so much for your generosity. I don't know if you've seen my story and I think, yeah, you've seen my video. I just want to tell you that I really appreciate you. I know you're very kind and very friendly person. For what I can say, thank you for being so extremely generous. And I will be posting, just so you know, I will be posting, you know, the people getting their things, you know, their food, their items, and so on and so forth. I made a video, if you go on my channel, like I think about a week ago, maybe a little bit more with that. So you can check it out. You can just see the kind of people we, you know, we help, and things that we do for people to make through these times. But you know, you really went extra mile. Thank you, David. You know, you are David OMG, but you know that I call you David OMG because you always surprise me in most amazing and inspiring ways. So you're David OMG for me. um Thank you, Bill. Again, thank you so much for your support. Just so you will know, no one else has your perspective nor your insights on Ukraine right now. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. It's really, sometimes I need some reassurance too, because I'm like, anybody really wants to know this? Thank you. Thank you. I'm really glad. And you know, again, I'm making this video so you guys, I know you, a lot of you involved in different things. Just try to look for the signs when the person is open and they're kind of inviting you, and you can see they want to take it off their chest. They want to share with you. That is different. You know, maybe you establish in friendship, support. You know, so many people, I have to say, in the United States, just opening their arms. They're just, I mean, you know, embracing their, you know, people here, you know, who are connected with Ukraine, and they just going extra mile without, you know, I'm in shock, in a good kind of shock, from the kindness of people, that they, from their generosity, from their willing to support. It's just, it is a beautiful thing. So, but I just want to tell you that we have sometimes very bad days and very bad moments. So just be aware of that, you know. You know, I want to say again, the holidays is the worst. You know, you try and you have like maybe an hour or two or three, you know, when you are doing something, you are with your family here, or you know, with your other friends, or with your with, you know, whoever your circle is. But you take your attention away, you have a little bit of fun, but then it just hits you so hard. It really does. And with all these updates, it is so painful, you know. Like I only watched today literally 5 minutes because I need to know. Had to reach out to my family, make sure they're okay. But imagine, you know, seeing this update about airstrikes in Lviv, which is the West Ukraine. This is where all Ukrainians are that did not leave, that they evacuate from the east, and they're now in the west. And so hearing the Lviv airstrikes, you know, I just like, it feels like you have, you somebody is punching you in the gut, and you may have a moment to, you know, take a breather, and they just punching you again. You know, it just is how it really feels like at times. So, and you know, Jay Tucker wrote that he has pretty much the same experience. So it's, oh man, it's painful. Okay, all right. So anyways, thanks so much for the support in the stream. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Thank you, David. I'm glad you watched it. Awesome. Terry saying my grandson. It's funny, is it Roman? Because in Ukrainian there is a name Roman, but it's probably Roman. I like that name. I like any name that contains letter R. Well, it's not that I only like men's names that contains the letter R, but I just think it's like, I like the roaring sound. But anyhow, let me read the message. My grandson Roman, who is 6 years old, made us laugh so hard. My husband was telling the boys that pigs get sunburned too. Also, Roman quickly replied he knew that because that's why they smelled like bacon. Oh my gosh, that's really good. I can imagine how cute that was. Bacon on the spot. Man, kids say the darnest thing. I love it. So sunburned pigs smell like bacon, you all. God, I always have this fur on my face. Somebody, I think, could somebody put my Instagram? My Instagram is, yes, thanks, Elizabeth. My Instagram is really easy. It's just my name, Veronica_Olsen. Terry saying it shows that we can still believe in good and wonderful people exist. Oh yes, absolutely. To help and support. My heart breaks continually. Yes. Yes, ma'am. I agree. I did learn a lot of things and a lot of ways to feel better, and to manage things better, and to like have visions for future. I mean, I've been doing a lot of work, self, I don't know, I don't know if it's self-development, but it's definitely some some inner work to make things better. And because it's you are kind of on the edge to uh you are on the edge of darkness. You are on the, I don't know how to quite explain it, but there are definitely moments, there are definitely tough moments, but there are also moments of extreme inspiration. I think when you feel the threat of death and pain, sometimes it inspires you to live brighter, to do things you truly want to do, to be bolder, to really go and experience things you want to experience, to meet people you want to meet. To that's why this after wars, there was a generation of baby boomers, because people were really into that kind of thing. To it's an instinct, so I think this kind of threat to life, it's really inspires us to to love harder, to be more truly passionate, kind of takes the shell out of us and wakes us up to live and feels alive. So it's kind of interesting, together with this painful experience, once in a while you have something absolutely uplifting, you have something you're so passionate about, and you just feel like you want to live and love to the point of madness, because you want to experience these things to feel alive. It's kind of, I think it's like almost animalistic, instinctual, but it's definitely a very, very strong desire to create that energy of life, because that energy of life, that state of life and joy, is the only energy that can overpower the energy of darkness and negative, of darkness and pain and war. That death, like it's the only, the energy of life is the only is the only energy that can compete with that state of of despair and death and darkness. And it's important to experience that. And I have been having so many visions and things, and realizations on how much we put ourselves in a box, to please this person, to please that person. Like, you want to go, you want to travel somewhere, you think, well, this person may not like it. It's like, how's that connected? How's that? It's like we live in, even the most bold of us often trying to always do things halfway, to not to not make some people mad, to not like to not shine too bright in case if somebody gonna be offended, to not do those bold, courageous things because you may get criticism, or somebody gonna be upset that they're not doing it. you know. So it's a combination of things, and you, when you go through this, you really have awareness of your own, how to say this, of the limitations you put on yourself. And when you go through stress or through the situation when you maybe almost died or you got really sick, you realize, oh my gosh, I've been living only 5% of what I was meant to be. You know, I have been enjoying things only maybe 5-7%. I've been living like a shadow of myself. Anybody had that experience? So a lot of things are getting uncovered, and you becoming born to the true desires you want to experience while you are alive, you know, because there is that ringing bell, you know, like a wake up call, right? So wow, I'm just like moving like a shadow. I live on autopilot, on autopilot. I just try not to bother everybody with, you know, with my bold desires and ideas and things. And you know, I feel like I always apologize and explain myself. And you know, it's like we think that people are so concerned about us and what we are doing and how we are looking like, and literally they just scroll on their phone. They took like 5 seconds. They don't care. So like if you think that, you know, you're not doing something, or you know, you're not looking that particular way, people really don't care. Even our close people don't really care, because they do care in general, but they have their own life to live, you know. And sometimes when you have ill people in your family, you're trying to do, I mean, you know, older people or ill people, you're trying to do things so they're not worrying about this and about that. And you know, then you ask yourself a question like, what in the world is wrong with you? You know, it's like you see, when we have something so insanely threatening, like a war or a threat of world war or something like this, you realize that your life isn't, you're not going to be here forever. You know, you realize that the time is ticking, and you don't have all life to procrastinate and to put things away. Even with COVID, you know, with this complete BS, you know, with this complete nonsense that we have to go through. um if you were postponing your trips, you know, postponing seeing people, postponing, and then you have 2 years of complete nonsense stopping you from doing those things, right? Or putting such restrictions on and mandates and force and fear on you that you just don't feel like doing them. So it was a huge wake-up call for a lot of us, you know. I've always felt like you know, a citizen of the world, you know, really love meeting new people, you know, different cultures, you know, just it's so fascinating. And going through, you know, all kinds of things, you know, I'm just gonna say in general, because I don't want to say too much personal information, but for me, I had to literally, you know, fight for my right to travel. You know, it's like I had to fight, not physically, but you know, being able to do things that I normally do, you know. And it's just really, really important to you know, not let anybody to have power over you, you know, and make you feel guilty and make you feel like you're doing something crazy. And why are you traveling there? Why are you going there? Because I'm trying to make sure that you're trying to escape your life. No, I'm trying to make sure that life does not escape me. Or, you know, you got to make sure that life does not escape you. So you do go and see something, you know, experience different cultures, you know, different, have just expand your mind. Travel and meeting people is like the best culture, the best cultural experience you can get, you know. And so some people were waiting, then 2 years of COVID, and now there is war, right? So if you never, it's like we always think that it's like these opportunities are always there, but they're not. They can be gone at any time, at any moment. These opportunities, they're not sitting and waiting there for you. Not to mention that your health is changing, you know. As the older you get, the harder it is to get around. Some people get health conditions like high blood pressure and God knows what else. Like, you know, I was just so like, it was just really, you know, I don't, as I said, I don't want to make it too personal, but it's just like it's like if you're trying to live outside the box, people would be very unhappy because they cannot allow themselves to enjoy something. So how dare you do something? Oh, you're going there just because you want to? Yeah. Yes. Yes, I'm going there just because I wanted to. Jay, where are you from? Jay Tucker, where are you from? I am just curious because you said you're going through the same kind of experience as me. Are you like from from Ukraine, or you just have friends and relatives there? I'm just curious. And you do have me as a YouTube friend as of now. Thanks so much for coming. Yeah, I don't think life would ever be the same the way things are going. Exactly. What? They brought the mandates back where you live? Is it in New York? Oh my God, please. Terry is saying, I totally agree with you in your thoughts. When I lost all my family, oh my God, that gives me chills, Terry. I was crushed, no words to express. Then I remember all their words to me to leave. Yes, to live, be in joy, do the things now, not later. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Terry. And you know what? That is such a beautiful point. Those people that have been victimized in Ukraine, or maybe you lost people in your family, if those people could reach out to you right now and give you a message, they would say, leave, go on the trip, kiss that guy you like, say yes to that date, invite that girl on a date that you've been thinking about, book a ticket and see each other, go on that cruise, fly on that flight, just fly on that flight, you know what I mean, fly that plane, like do those things. I often actually think about if those people who had to either, that are past, that truly did love us, they would literally, if they could take a microphone, they would literally yell at us, get the hell up and go and do those things, go and, smell the flowers. And yes, cry your pain out, but don't cry all day, cry as hard as you can, and then go out and smile and laugh and avoid people who want to try to small talk about Ukraine with you when you're trying to enjoy it, um go and do those things, because that's the best things that we can do, is actually leave, not just think about it, not postpone everything, because we all learning that postponing is a very dangerous way to do things, right? It takes a lot of courage to just do things because you feel that you really, really want to do them. I mean, it sounds so simple, but it is. Like, when you go in places, if you don't have like a reason, some like your job did not send you here, or if you just want to go and explore some beautiful places, people like, why? What are you? Oh, do you have somebody there? Why are you going? It's, I'm telling you, as I said, I can't talk too much because. But you getting you getting the idea. Some people they just can't stand the idea of you enjoying something because they're either in debt, Let's be real, we live in United States. A lot of people have huge debt, so they cannot allow to go do something, or they have anxiety and fear of going new places, or they just really lame. I can't believe I just said that. They just like really, they have no ambitions, and they crack beer every night, and that's all there is to it. Man. As always, when I plan to come for 25 minutes, that's where we end up. But I'm glad. Really lame. Yeah, I mean, some people just have no ambition, no passion, and they think you're crazy because you have that. It's just like, I've been through so much of it. It could be another video, and I'm sure that you all have friends and family that, or that just completely always try to do things to bring you down. Like, and it kind of gives me like a weird sense of anxiety. I can't explain it, but I'm like, what the hell? Why? Like, why? I mean, even like, when you love certain people, they're part of your family, you don't want to hurt their feelings. But there is a fine line between hurting somebody's feelings because they are fearful of their own shadow, and living your life because like, not them, but you're gonna be miserable when you fall asleep at night and you wake up in the morning and you have same things that you don't like. And you're trying to please everybody. Sometimes you don't realize that you try to please. I'm learning, we all learning new things about ourselves, and sometimes you learn that you kind of have a life to just please people. You don't know it. You think you're doing both things, and you do, but you're still trying to not to offend somebody. And it's just like, you had your chance at life. It's especially bad with mothers, like with sometimes mothers or grandmothers, or people who maybe did not get the best of their own shot, so they're trying to make sure you are not doing anything fun. Oh my gosh, I was reading, okay, so I was reading this children's book a couple years ago, and it just had me laughing in tears. So it was like, yeah, adults, I'm gonna not say it how it was, but close to it. So this book starts with this, like, yeah, one thing you're gonna learn about adults is they will do everything. They will literally drop whatever they were doing, and they're gonna make sure that you are not having fun. You don't believe me? Try this little experience. Go in the corner of your room and start cheering and laughing with your friends. And immediately, an adult will drop whatever they're doing. They're gonna show up and make sure you're not having fun. In fact, you're probably reading this very book because an adult heard you laughing. Because an adult heard you laughing, and due to their own unresolved issues and poor choices and blah 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 in their lives, they could not stand you laughing, so they brought the book and make you read. Yeah. But it was, it's been a while since I read that book. It was one of those serious books, like kid series. It's been at least 3 or 4 years, actually, I'm thinking. But it was so hilarious that, like, I just could not stop laughing when it was so accurate, because most people are just walking shell of themselves. Not most, but many. They will drop, my favorite part is like, they'll make sure they will drop everything they're doing to make sure you're not having fun. How true is that, I just cannot. I think it really is funny. I don't know why it's just so funny, you know. Eh, I just can I can just imagine, I can, like, you know, visualize it so well, you know, when you have like a little group of kids and they just going off and they just having a riot, they're laughing, somebody would come and like, "Arr," you know, would not let them to enjoy themselves. That's our human nature, you know. Make sure instead of you having fun, making sure that somebody else doesn't. Talking about having fun, you guys know, my youngest nephew was in they were actually living in subway for like a week. They were sleeping in subway in Kiev, Ukraine, because of heavy bombings. They left now, so they are in a very safe place. They left the country. This small part of my family, and so he had a riot. I was so worried about him because he's so sensitive. He's so cute. Like, you know, we are really close with him. He's such a cute kid. And I was talking to his mother, just trying to make sure he's doing, how is he? And she said, he's having a riot. Like, you know, because they were in the subways, there were a bunch of other kids. And even in a time of war, you know, in a time of shock and bombs and life threats and, you know, all hell breaking loose, these kids, you know, I cannot imagine sleeping in the subway. You know, can you imagine, like, in the metro, on the metro station? But they were there hiding from the bombs. And, you know, long story short, my sister-in-law told me that he did the best because he finally had all these friends to play with. So he was going wild. He was going wild. He had a riot because he's the youngest, and all his other siblings are pretty much grown, so he doesn't really have anybody to play with. And here he had all these kids, so they were chasing each other, and he had a riot, and it really made me smile because I just want to make sure I was really concerned about him, and he turned out to having a great time, you know. So he was, you know, talking about, you know, kids always looking for ways to have fun. I could not imagine having fun in a sleeping in a on a marble, or, you know, but you had a riot. So there is always that bright side, right? There is always unexpected, something beautiful that's unexpected. Kids are oblivious. I think you're trying to say, to dire situations. Well, it depends. It just so happened there was a bunch of other kids, so he was like, yay, finally, you know, got to play. Thank you, Terry. You love to hear the laughter. It lightens your soul. That's awesome. Thank you. Yes. We're going to end this life with laughter. I'm staying for 300 hours. But, but anyway, I'm going to consider to start making short videos so everybody can actually get what I'm talking about. But I really appreciate you guys staying with me and supporting my stream and interacting. It's really awesome. I really enjoy this as well. Dan, you were going to go 30 minutes ago, but have a good evening. Yeah, the family I got out there is going through that. Yes. My workout is my fun. That stops everything I'm going through. Yeah, I mean, it's just, the thing is like that energy of anxiety, it's like the best. I don't really like the gym that much, but one thing I do like is that when you have that anxiety, you can just get on like elliptical or something else and just do like a very intense cardio, and it really helps you to relieve anxiety. It kind of burns it. I don't know how to quite say, but that does help. I love being in the nature and some other more feminine ways of workout, but I have to say that doing some stuff at the gym really helps too. I mean, anything that helps you, we have to use. You know, I should make a video for those of us who are going through stress and anxiety, how to make our days better, because I've learned a lot. So And you know, sometimes you know things, you just don't do them. So yeah, there is a lot you can do to make it better. John says, uh, Aunt Veronica will drop everything so we don't have fun in the metro. No, why? No, I like, if you would know me in person, I am the person that always wants to have fun, and some fun that's like not allowed by adults. I am quite the opposite. Um, Seriously, like I'm amazed that. Anyway, I'm not gonna tell you guys all my secrets, but yeah, I love having fun. So even I would say this, I love having fun even when it's not allowed, you know. You know, the other day I didn't have a traffic ticket in like 10 years. And the other day I had that moment of light, you know, it was sun and it was my favorite song on the radio. Sun, I'm driving, there's beautiful view, and I crank up my music and I was driving, and guess what? I see there is a cop behind me. I was like, oh no, I usually don't do this. I usually don't do that. And so and it was so like no. But guess what? I did not get the ticket. I got the warning. I blamed that feminine energy for it because I was just full of life, having so much fun. He couldn't give me a ticket. There was no way. But I had to tame myself a little bit, you know. And anybody who drives my car after me always have to put the volume down. So it's like, you know, we all need to live a little because it brings the better personality in us, you know. Yeah, I got only the warning. But man, I was just firing up on all cylinders. And it just was fun. But no, don't try this at home. It's not good. It's not good to don't do that. Do not. Do not follow this. Do not try this at home. Yes. I know we all sometimes getting carried away, but it just happened. So let's see. Yes, kids are resistant. They find a way to make the most of situation. I'm so happy your family is safe. Well, only part of my family is safe. Thank you, Terry. But it's only, you know, one of my nephews and my sister-in-law. They left the Ukraine, but the rest of my family is still there. On, you know, on the west part, and it's not looking very bright as of now. But you know, we just have to deal with it. You know. Yeah, but kids are not only resilient, they also, you know, I'm actually learning from children how to process grief. They're really amazing. So they would be crying one moment, even if something very personal and tragic happened to them, and then another moment they'd be playing and be full of life and playing, and then they're gonna be sad again, and then they're gonna cry again, and then they're gonna play again. They completely let go. So I've learned that maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and that they deal with grief like we can be down all day. You know, we are more. You know, we have more responsibility. We also have more trash in our heads, more garbage in our heads, right? Kids are just, they're very fresh, they're very dynamic, and they're very instinctual. Sometimes as adults we think emotions, so what we do is we actually feel like having fun, but we won't let ourselves to have fun because we think that, or it would be offensive, or somebody will think that we are not grieving enough, or the way we grieving, or how can we do that. Kids have completely different ways to deal with it. They really so instinctual. They don't think emotions, they actually live them. And as adults we often think emotions. We actually have an instinct to do something else. We have a desire to do certain things, and we would not do them because go into our head and talk ourselves out of having certain experience, certain emotions, or getting in a state of joy because we feel guilty for something, we feel like we shouldn't, you know so yeah, we can learn a lot from children. They are amazing. I absolutely love being around children. I really think that they are brilliant, and they are so much fun, you know they're just full of life and energy. But then, there is good old tired adult, trying to do everything, make sure they're not having fun. Yeah, I appreciate these discussions, guys. I'm actually here. If it somehow matter to you, usually usually discuss a person when they at least not there. But that's okay. Thank you. I'll take it as a compliment. Thank you, guys. But just if you didn't notice, I'm still here. Yeah, exactly. John, John Franchoti. Yes, I know what you. Yes, I know what you did. That's okay. Oh goodness. Thank you, Lance. So, man, okay, guys, I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm so glad that we went for 5 hours on this live stream, and we're able to leave it at the lighter note. Thank you for staying and laughing with me, as well as discussing some more serious things. This good old tired mother is going to kiss my daughter tonight. Let you laugh. She can be so loud. I take my hearing aids off. Right. No, it wasn't 5 hours, but I'm just being sarcastic. I wanted to take you guys with me for a walk, but if you could only see what's going on, it's drizzle, what they call it. It's like rain, it's like falling ice. Like, that's why I'm wearing this. I feel like an Eskimo because it's like ice. Yes, it's like ice, rain. Don't let your dog out. So anyhow, guys, thank you so much for joining. If you have some ideas, I have some videos I'm planning to record. And as I said, I'm probably going to be doing some shorter videos so people can have time to watch them. I know it's a bit but this just feels like a conversation, and it's a lot of fun. Have a good evening. Have a good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for your kind words. Thank you. Yeah, I'll try to start announcing my live streams, but it's you know me. It's always unexpected. Thank you guys so much for supporting. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for the super chats, for the Cash App, and especially my deep thank you for your support of my campaign. I am working connecting with people through now we have PayPal in Ukraine as well, and also I have my friend Ricky who helps me a lot, so I can transfer the money, and people can get those funds and get things that they need. Whew. Thank you, guys. My heart is, we're trying to do our best, but it's been heavy. It's been very heavy. So each time, I see, your support, I see some good news, some inspiring story. Really, it's really healing. So it's really incredible to feel that unity and support from people. So my special thank you goes to people who have been going extra mile to support the Ukrainian people in this tragic situation. Thank you. I will post the link to my PayPal donation campaign under the video, my Instagram, my email, and maybe a few other things. So thank you guys so much. And my Patreon, I need to start doing a better job on my Patreons. Thank you guys, to those of you who are still on my Patreon. Thank you so much for being there, and my channel members too. Thank you guys. I appreciate your patience. Have a wonderful night, and I hope to see you guys very soon, hopefully on a better day. Thank you.